All right. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome to the Jello Bowl. We have the Mile High Club up against the Axles of Annihilation. We want to thank everyone who's come out and made this tournament possible. Wasatch for hosting it. Happy Valley for coming up with it. Thank you to everyone who's traveled out here to make this a success and happen. We have lots of great vendors here that we'll get into. And lots of great roller derby action for you over this weekend. And it's going to be the Mile High Club picking up lead jammer status in the first jam. Maven jamming for the Mile High Club. Four points up for the Mile High Club after the first jam. Then we have a live stream going. If you're watching that at home, please consider making a donation for Happy Valley to offset the costs to put on this tournament. So please check out the live stream. And if you are, send the Venmo link to Happy Valley. The Axles of Annihilation is 00 Bad Mommy, 03 Mary Contrary, number 10 Vile, 106 Bombshell, 21 Bombzuka, Bombushka, 210 The Iron Rabbit, 23 Afro Jamurai, 26 Nayslayer, 27 Trippin, 309 Raven Lunatic, 37 Riot, 4 Surly Temper, 51 Crash Smash'em, 60 Alley, 66 Rampage, 700 Toe Jammer, 81 Keels, 88 Hydraulic Test, 934 Nocturne Alley, and 96 Jacqueline Hyde. The Mile High Club, that's the team for blue, if you're following at home, is number 10, Unprotected Lex, 1337 Glitterous, 151 Cotton, 1706 Maven, 2 Terran, 22 Scara to Death, number 27 Gobrecht, 33 Klein, 357 Brie Afraid, 40 Speedlejuice, 50 Scald Eagle, 505 Elise LeCracken, 65 Dios Azteca, number 7 Martinez, 8000 California, 90 Wee Bonnie Bruiser, 919 Grizz, 949 Coyote, and 999 China Ski. And after two jams, the score is 6-0. Mile High Club on top. Pack all jockeying for position. It's Scald Eagle against Toe Jammer. Scald Eagle quickly picking up lead jammer status, but number 700 Spring Roll right also through the pack. Three jams in, 7-0. Mile High Club still on top. It's still 26 minutes to go. And it's going to be Maven against Trinity. There you have it. Rose getting lead jammer status. Trinity in white for the Axles of Annihilation. This will be their chance to get the points on the board. Some great track awareness there from Axles of Annihilation, quickly calling it off, but able to pick up 4 points and get the Axles of Annihilation on the board. Klein going up against Eve and Helicow. And we have Axles of Annihilation picking up lead jammer status again, second time in a row. And 4 more points for the Axles of Annihilation gets them up 8-7. All right. Axles of Annihilation coming back strong. Mile High Club had controlled the early jams of this game, but Axles of Annihilations have been finding their groove as Lil Regulate Her is picked up lead jammer status and calls it off after picking up 3 more points. Two more points for the Axles of Annihilation gets up 13-7, 22 minutes to go. Maven going up against Trinity. Maven picking up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. A very defense-heavy game we've seen so far. A very tight game, 7-13, as both teams jockey for position. And there we go, Mile High Club. Maven jamming, picking up 4 more points as the blocker has to let her go. Has to let them go. Through again, 4 more points, an 8-point jam. That's the biggest jam we've seen so far this game. And that gets the Mile High Club back in top. They come out very strong here early in the game, but Axles of Annihilation found their groove and caught back up. Mile High Club with an 8-point jam 10-point jam, getting them on top by 4 points here with 20 minutes to go. We want to thank our sponsors that made this happen. Adobe, they are a global creative company that loves supporting their communities, like Happy Valley Derby Darlings. Sherry Jasperson is HVDD's biggest fan and has donated time and product to help this tournament be a success. You can go see her table behind the Happy Valley skater. She has cookies and fans going on. Einstein Bagels is the bagel company donated bagels to feed our amazing officials. Now back on the track, Mile High Club Klein jamming picked up lead jammer status. And 4 more points as the Mile High Club are continuing to increase their lead here. 21-3, just under 19 minutes to go. Culinary Crafts, a local catering company, donated snacks and food for our amazing officials. Built Bar is truly a standout among protein bars. Tastes more like a candy bar than a protein bar. With so many delicious flavors, Built Bar is the favorite protein bar of many fitness trainers and fitness enthusiasts alike, and roller derby announcers as well. Thank you for helping to fuel our athletes and officials. Scald Eagle now jamming against Lil Regulator. Scald Eagle picking up lead jammer status for Mile High Club. Scald Eagle, of course, a famous newbie to roller derby. And 4 points for Scald Eagle as the Mile High Club continues to pick up some points here. It's 25-13, 17 minutes to go. Spring roll against Maven. Mile High Club for you at home is in the dark blue. Axles of Annihilation in white. Currently, Mile High Club is up 29-13, 16 minutes to go in the first half. And Maven, who picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. And with a forearm penalty called on Spring Roll, Maven's going to have a power jam. And already 4 points on the board for the Mile High Club. And Spring Roll coming out of the box, sneaking through the pack to start the scoring run. But Mile High Club, aware of what's happening on the track, calls it off. And with 8 points on that last jam, brings the score to 37-13. 15 minutes to go. We are halfway through the first half. If my math is correct, that means it's about 25%. And now we actually have A power jam for the Axles of Annihilation. Trinity has picked up lead jammer status for Axles of Annihilation, and will definitely making the most of this power jam. Want to say hi to all the people listening at home on the stream. If you're listening, make sure you send some money through the Venmo link to support Happy Valley for to defray some of the costs for putting on this great tournament, the Jello Bowl. Man, you cannot keep a good jammer down. Klein coming out of the penalty box strong and picking up lead jammer, getting through the pack to start the scoring run, forces Axles of Annihilation to call it off, but they were still able to pick up 4 points in that power jam, bringing the score to 37-17, 14 minutes to go. And Scald the Eagle out there jamming for the Mile High Club. Eve and Helical jamming for Axles of Annihilation. Both getting through that pack. Scald the Eagle calling it off after picking up 4 more points for the Mile High Club. Still 13 minutes to go in the first half. We're super excited to be hosting the Jello Bowl. There's still plenty more derby happening in Utah. Happy Valley's annual Star Spangled Beatdown is Saturday, July 15th at 6:45 p.m. It'll be an action-packed night of derby featuring many bouts of multiple skill levels. And back here at the Derby Depot, Wasatch Roller Derby's next bout will be the Loud and Proud bout. Here at Roller Derby, we have Pride year-round, where you can let your rainbow flag beyond June at the Loud and Proud bout Saturday, July 29th at the Derby Depot. No points that go around. Still 41-17, 12 minutes to go in the first half. Want to thank all of our volunteers and referees and officials for making this happen. All of these amazing skaters, teams for traveling down here to help us be able to put this on. We're so excited to have competitive roller derby back again in Utah. First time this amount of teams has been here. A lot of these teams had been here previously in the Continental Cup in 2019, back in the before times. And we're glad to see all these competitive teams here playing again. As Mile High Club able to sneak in 3 more points that last go-around. And Scald Eagle now going to be going up against Trinity. And point revision down to 2, 43-17, 11 minutes to go. Trinity and Scald Eagle on the jammer line. We also have GTG protein bars. They promise to leave out preservatives and artificial ingredients. They pack every bar with clean, simple, fresh ingredients. We hope you love the bars as much as we do. If you're new to G2G Bar, give them a try. When you eat one, you'll know. These are also some great sponsors we had back at the Continental Cup. Glad to have them and their continued support of roller derby in Utah. A hard-fought derby warfare there at turn 1 as the pack is engaging. Scald Eagle's able to get through and pick up lead jammer status. Around the outside, Scald Eagle on fire, 4 points. And Scald Eagle in a power jam, able to pick up 6 points that jam. Axles of Annihilation had a star pass and a cut track penalty. So they'll be starting this. Maven will be starting in a power start in blue for the Mile High Club. Fancy footwork there from Maven. Back and forth, side to side, gets through, picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Mile High Club had started real strong, getting lead jammer the first 3 jams in a row. Axles of Annihilation caught their groove and had another three-peat themselves of lead jammer status, even holding the lead at 17-13. But Mile High Club back made a resurgence and has been controlling this second half of the first half. Try to keep up with that at home if you can. With Maven now already picking up 4 points for the Mile High Club. Tight, just some aggressive defense there right on the outside line. Multiple skaters getting pushed out and having to cycle back. And as Brute gets through for the Axles of Annihilation, Maven is going to call that off after an impressive 12-point jam for the Mile High Club. 61-17, just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. And what an exciting game this has been. It's been a long time since I've gotten to see Derby played at this level. Last time for me it was back at the Continental Cup. When Happy Valley hosted some teams from all over the world, and we're glad to see a lot of these teams back here in Utah and agreeing to play with us at the Jello Bowl. Klein now going up against Eve, and the Mile High Club has been unstoppable these last few jams. Klein is lead jammer. Axles of Annihilation through. And 4 more points for the Mile High Club. We are just under 7 minutes to go. We want to thank the Derby Warehouse for continuing to offer great discounts to our league skaters, so they always have safe, high quality, and top performance equipment. And Rage Fitness, we'd like to want to thank Kenny Knight from Rage Fitness. It is not your typical gym. Kenny has a flexible class schedule and can help any client accomplish their fitness goals. Scald Eagle against Danger Potato. And Scald Eagle picking up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Scald Eagle and the Mile High Club with just amazing athleticism out there. Scald Eagle with 12 points on the board already as we approach the 5-minute mark. Wow. Scald Eagle getting on 1 foot, skating backwards and calling off that jam. A 20-point jam as we have our first time out. This is a great time to go see some of our great vendors here. You can go see Chiringua at her World Cup fundraising table They're serving breakfast burritos, hot or cold lattes, carnitas, quesadillas, cookies, fruit cups with chamoy and tagine, street corn, sun catchers, a limited time Tringua t-shirt, and donations are accepted. All funds raised will go toward travel funds for Tringua to Valence, France for the Roller Derby World Cup. Tringua is playing for the Open Division USA team and representing Utah Roller Derby. More information and its amazing skaters are on JRDA US World Cup teams on Facebook. The live streamed event is on July 28th through the 30th in Valence, France. Look to that page and Wasatch Junior Roller Derbies for a link to watch it when it goes public. You can also help Bridget47, a JRDR Team USA skater, go to France. She is selling derby essentials like body glitter and gear spray, as well as hand squeeze lemonades, energy drinks, and chocolate milk. Go visit her stand before I drink all of the energy drinks myself. We also have Rise Body Works. They're here to fix anyone who needs it. Go check out the specials they are offering at their vendor booth. And we also want to recognize Cetera Lynn earrings and keychains. All products are handmade, hypoallergenic, and lightweight, yet durable. Also, there will be a raffle from Happy Valley. A lot of great options here at the Jello Bowl. Back on the track, 85-17, 5 minutes to go. Maven against Danger Potato, the most dangerous potato. And Axles of Annihilation in a power jam, but Mile High Club with a full contingent of blockers and able to focus solely just on defense. So Danger Potato will have their work cut out for them in order to become lead jammer. Maven had come flying out of that penalty box and able to take advantage of some of the chaos in the pack and get through for a scoring run. 4 minutes to go, 85-17. Maven has picked up 4 points already through for the Mile High Club. And some impressive skating from Mile High Club gets them to 11 points. We may see them get through the century mark in this first half. We have an official timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Adobe. They are a global creative company that loves supporting their communities, like the roller derby community, and especially HVDD. We're so grateful to have Adobe's sponsorship for this event. Thank you again to all the skaters who've traveled and helped make the Jello Bowl possible. Wasatch for lending us this great venue, and all the referees and officials, paramedics, photographers, all the wonderful volunteers who made this event able to happen. Oh man, what a finish to a jam. Scald Eagle hit out of bounds, goes right into a referee. Can't get full movement of the hands, so a little delay on calling off the jam there, but it all ended with 2 points for the Mile High Club. We are just a little over 2 minutes to go in the first half, and what a start to the Jello Bowl. Klein now up against Trinity as we officially hit the 2-minute mark. Klein getting low as the whistle blows and picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Rose, the Axles of Annihilation, in some penalty trouble as Mile High Club blasts through the century mark, 102. We're at 123 as we have an official review. I want to thank Built Bar for helping to sponsor the Jello bar. Built Bars are truly a standout among protein bars. It tastes more like a candy bar than a protein bar with so many delicious flavors. Built Bar is the favorite protein bar of many fitness trainers and fitness enthusiasts alike. Thank you for helping to fuel our athletes and officials. Built Bar is an amazing Utah company. I actually live right by their headquarters, and their bars are delicious. So make sure you check out some Built Bars, and we want to thank them for helping our skaters and officials fuel through a weekend full of action-packed roller derby. Official review was called with 1 minute 30 seconds left in the first half. Almost done with the first half of the first game of the first annual Jello Bowl. And make sure if you're following along at home on the live stream, click on that Venmo link and make some donations to Happy Valley to help offset some of the costs for this tournament. Official review ends. Looks like points, penalties, and time is all staying as it is. So we're back out on the track as Speedlejuice picks up lead jammer status. Four more points for the Mile High Club. 1 minute to go. Under 1 minute to go now as Lil Regulator goes up to the jammer line for Axles of Annihilation, and Maven for the Mile High Club. Get for you following along at home. Mile High Club Denver is in blue, and the Axles of Annihilation from Rose City in white. Looks like we have the penalty box empty. All skaters on the track. Lil Regulator is lead jammer for Axles of Annihilation. As both skaters put on the afterburners. Lil Regulator up on one skate backwards. 4 more points for the Axles of Annihilation. Lil Regulator is making it happen for the Axles of Annihilation. 7 points so far as Lil Regulators getting their strategy down on this jam and really making the most of it. And we are just living on a prayer now with jam time on the clock. Fancy skating there from Maven, manages to stay in bounds and picks up 4 points. Both skaters mixing it up there in the pack. Little Regulator takes a little hit to the inside and has to cycle back. As Maven takes a hit to the outside and has to cycle back. Little Regulator was through, but gets a cut track penalty, which means the end of the first half will end with Maven in a power jam for the Mile High Club. Slowing it down as time expires on the jam clock. That'll end the first half. 8 points on that last jam for the Mile High Club. 11 for the Axles of Annihilation. Making it happen there in the last jam of the first half. We're going to give our skaters and officials 15 minutes to get a break, grab some G2G bars and Built bars for the halftime. So Welcome back, sports fans. Second half of the first game, Mile High Club against Axles of Annihilation. Starting off with Scald Eagle and Lil Regulator. Axles of Annihilation had a really good showing at the end of the first half and started to put some points back up on the board. We'll see if they can keep that going, but Scald Eagle going to make them have their work cut out for them, as Scald Eagle's already picked up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Oh. Scald Eagle picks up 4 points, does some of the own defense out there on the track. We'll start off the next jam again, 118-28 with Spring Roll. And Maven. Spring Roll through, but took some big hits there, especially a big one from Chinesky. Man, fancy footwork for Spring Roll, but able to stay in bounds, and 4 points on the board for Axles of Annihilation. And if you're following at home on the live stream, make sure you click on the Venmo link, help support Happy Valley. And if you're watching at home, Mile High Club is the team in blue, Axles of Annihilation in white. It's Maven against Spring Roll, as it is a tight pack there coming around turn 3. Every skater jockeying for position. Spring Roll in the zone, 8 points already for the Axles of Annihilation. Oh, almost through. Maven going for a apex jump, but has to cycle back. Spring Roll cycling back as well. Score on the jam is still 8 points for Axles of Annihilation. Maven still looking to put some points up for the Mile High Club. Oh, and some amazing defense there from the Axles of Annihilation, but able to get through it at that last point. 4 points for the Mile High Club, 11 for the Axles of Annihilation. Klein for Mile High Club going up against Trinity for the Axles of Annihilation. Man, great skating there. Klein was off the jammer line like a shot and picks up lead jammer status. Big Bang Fury able to slow Klein down that go-around earlier and again, but now Klein able to get through and has picked up 4 points. Pack cycling back way back as the Jammers have to cycle all the way back to turn 3. Klein puts on the afterburners, gets through on the inside, picks up lead Jammer status. Picks up 4 more points for the Mile High Club. Through again, 4 more points on the board for Klein. Klein comes into the pack, hits Lily Pate, and calls off the jam. 12 points on the board for the Mile High Club. 134-39, 24 minutes to go. And Scald the Eagle jamming for Mile High Club against Eve and Helical. Scald Eagle picking up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Eve and Helical coming through, forces Scald Eagle to call it off. Scald Eagle has picked up 4 points for the Mile High Club. And Axles of Annihilation able to pick up 2 points on that go-around. Lil Regulator now jamming for the Axles of Annihilation, going up against Maven, who's jamming for the Mile High Club. Maven has been an amazing jammer here for the Mile High Club and has picked up lead jammer status, but Lil Regulator, no slouch themselves and on their scoring run. Some great track awareness there from the Mile High Club. Able to sneak in 2 points, but Lil Regulator able to pick up 2 points as well for the Axles of Annihilation. Spring Roll now jamming against Scald Eagle. 22 minutes to go in the first game of the Jello Bowl. Scald Eagle. And an expression I feel like I'm going to be saying a lot through the Jello Bowl is lead jammer. Juice for Denver Trinity for Axles of Annihilation. A pile up there at turn 1 as Trinity cycles through the pack. A tight pack at turn 1 as both jammers jockey for position. And hard-earned lead jammer status for Speedlejuice. As both jammers begin their scoring runs, Speedlejuice will call it off. With 3 points on the board, that jam for the Mile High Club. Giving thank you to the officials, volunteers, local and from afar. And thank you to all those watching at home. If you're watching on the live stream, please click on that Venmo link and help Happy Valley with the expenses to throw on this amazing event. Maven now against Eve and Helical. A big hit on Eve and Helical. Sent them cycling back. And some great defense there. The Mile High Club kept Axles of Annihilation to the outside of that track. Maven was able to come through on the inside and pick up a quick 4 points for the Mile High Club. And a big hit from Gaffney on Maven slowed it down a little. But we still got 8 points on the board for the Mile High Club. $18 minutes to go in game one of the Jello Bowl. Thank you to the skaters and officials and everyone who has made this happen. And we have a timeout. This is a great time to go check out the amazing booths we have here at the Jello Bowl. We have Chiringua's World Cup fundraising table. You can get breakfast burritos, hot or cold lattes, carnitas, quesadillas, cookies, fruit cups with chamoy and tagine, street corn, sun catchers, a limited time Chiringua t-shirt, and of course, donations are accepted. These funds will help go towards travel funds for Chiringua to get to Valence, France for the Roller Derby World Cup. Chiringua is playing in the Open Division USA team and representing Utah Roller Derby. More information and its amazing skaters are on JRDA US World Cup teams on Facebook. The live streamed event is July 28th through the 30th in Valence, France. Look to that page and Wasatch Junior Roller Derbies for a link to watch when it goes public. Bridget 47, a JRDR Team USA skater, helped her go to France. She's selling derby essentials like body glitter and gear spray, as well as hand squeeze lemonades, energy drinks, and chocolate milk. You can go visit her stand here. Help both these skaters get to the World Cup. Thank you for supporting them as they represent Utah in the World Cup, in the world stage for roller derby. Klein against Lil Regulator. Klein picks up Bleed Jammer status for the Mile High Club. Lil Regulator trying to get to that pack as quick as possible. Mile High Club able to call it off before they entered the scoring zone. And that means we have 4 points for the Mile High Club, none on the Axles of Annihilation. 17 minutes to go here in the second half of the first game. Scald Eagle is your lead jammer for the Mile High Club spring roll, mixing it up with the high rollers there. Wee Bonnie Bruiser living up to their name, keeping spring roll in the pack. Scald Eagle flying through and picks up 4 more points for the Mile High Club. And Scald Eagle with 11 more points for the Mile High Club. 16 minutes to go. And we have Maven against Trinity. We're halfway through the second half, just 15 minutes remaining in the first game of the first ever Jello Bowl, as Maven celebrates the halfway mark by picking up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Trinity almost through, but gets tripped up on the inside line at turn one. Has to cycle through that tough Mile High defense again. Some tight defense here as both jammers having to fight through those packs and cycle back. Jam ends there with 4 more points for the Mile High Club. And it'll be Evangelical going up against Klein next jam, as we are at just over 13 minutes to go in this early morning roller derby bout. Nothing better than an early morning game of roller derby to help you feel alive. There we go. Evangelical making it happen. Lead jammer status for Axles of Annihilation. And we're at 13 minutes to go as a big hit there from Bertha Beatdown sends Klein cycling back again. Both jammers there mixing it up in the pack as the packs work to push the jammers out of bounds. Again, we're going to see Bertha Beatdown make them cycle way back. Evangelical from Axles of Annihilation is lead jammer. And Evangelical able to pick up 3 more points for the Axles of Annihilation. 178.46, 12 minutes to go. Lil Regulator now going up against Scald Eagle. And there it is, Scald Eagle picking up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. And as Lil Regulator gets through the pack, Scald Eagle will call it off after picking up another 4 points for the Mile High Club. 11 and a half minutes to go here in the till the end of our first game. Spring Roll now up against Maven. Spring Roll for Axles of Annihilation, Maven for the Mile High Club. 11 minutes to go. Thank you to all those watching at home. And if you're watching on the live stream at home, make sure you click on that Venmo link and donate to help Happy Valley cover the costs associated with hosting this amazing tournament. A close one there. While we almost had two jammers, it'll be Evan Helical going up against Klein. Evan Helical in white for Axles of Annihilation, Klein in blue for the Mile High Club. We are at just 10 minutes to go here before the first game of the Jello Bowl ends. Klein picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Quick little 4 points for the Mile High Club, and the jam's called off. 9.5 minutes to go here. And here we go. It's Skull the Eagle against Trinity. We are at just 9 minutes to go. Trinity stays in bounds on the tiptoe, sprints through that outside line, and beats Scald Eagle for that lead jammer status. Picking that up for the Axles of Annihilation as she gets on her knees and slides to the outside, but able to sneak in 2 points. For the Axle of Annihilation, Scald Eagle, no slouch, 3 points for the Mile High Club. 8 minutes to go. As Lil Regulator goes to the jammer line for Axles of Annihilation, up against Maven for the Mile High Club. Jammers jockey for position, whistles blow. As the Axles of Annihilation push to the inside, Maven was able to get through on the outside of the track and picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Four points for the Mile High Club, 1 for the Axles of Annihilation. 7 minutes to go. Spring Roll now jamming for the Axles of Annihilation, going up against Klein for the Mile High Club. Man, some of that footwork, I hope as many of you as possible sit trackside. It is amazing to get to see what these skaters can do on their skates. Klein up on the toe stops, just sprinting through, just kissing the outside line, but was able to stay in. And with all that effort, we got 4 more points for the Mile High Club. As we have Trinity now up against Scald Eagle. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Scald Eagle flapping the wings and calling it off after 4 points for the Mile High Club. 5 minutes to go as Maven goes up against Evangelical. Maven taking a big hit to the inside as all the skaters start cycling back. And Maven through in the front as the pack is spread out, picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Pack tightens up at turn 1. $12 points for the Mile High Club as they call off that jam. Entering the final minutes of this game. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors that made this happen. Adobe, the global creative company, and they love supporting their communities like Happy Valley Derby Darlings. So grateful for their support. We want to thank Einstein Bagels and Culinary Crafts, who both donated food to help feed our amazing officials. Lil Regulator going up against Klein. Lil Regulator getting off to a quick start, but gets tripped up there and tangles up with the Mile High defense. And out of the beautiful chaos, Lil Regulator is lead jammer. Klein goes for an apex jump, but has to cycle back. Some great defense there and an amazing attempt from Klein. As Gobrecht cycles Low Regulator back. It's a roller coaster, a merry-go-round of skaters in and out of the penalty box. And we've got 4 points for Klein coming out of the pick on the score and run first. Lil Regulator answers with 4 points for Axles of Annihilation. And we're under the 2-minute mark as Lil Regulator gets hit to the inside and is going to call it off. 8 points for the Mile High Club, 4 points for Axles of Annihilation. And under 2 minutes to go here, Scald Eagle and Spring Roll now on the jammer line. Scald Eagle soars through the pack, picks up lead jammer status for the Mile High Club. Oh, Spring Roll getting in there. And yes, just quick enough. 4 great points for Spring Roll. beating that buzzer. Scald Eagle able to pick up 2 more points for the Mile High Club. And with 40 seconds on the clock, we have a official review. Official review brought to you by Built Bar, truly a standout among protein bars. It tastes more like a candy bar than a protein bar. With so many delicious flavors, Built Bar is the favorite protein bar of many fitness trainers and fitness enthusiasts alike. Thank you for helping to fuel our athletes and officials. Make sure you check out Built Bar, a local company here, and we're really grateful to have their support to help keep the officials and skaters with energized here and give them nutrition they need, as we have a whole weekend of roller derby action here at the first ever Jello Bowl. And as it stands at the official timeout, we have 46 seconds on the clock. Mile High Club on top, 223-57. Thank you to Wasatch Roller Derby for hosting this event. We want to make sure if you're watching at home, make sure you click on the Venmo link to help donate to Happy Valley to help cover the costs associated with hosting this amazing event. We want to thank our officials and volunteers, local and from afar. And if you are local, HVDD is always recruiting skaters, officials, and volunteers. Happy Valley's next event will be their annual Star Spangled Beatdown. That's July 15th at 6:45 p.m. An action-packed night of derby featuring mini bouts of multiple skill levels from recent boot camp grads to veteran A-level players. Wasatch Roller Derby's next bout is the Loud and Proud bout, Saturday, July 29th. Let your rainbow flag fly beyond June and celebrate pride with Wasatch Roller Derby at our Loud and Proud bout, Saturday, July 29th at the Derby Depot. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. with the whistle blowing at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10. Kids age 8 and under get into the bouts for free. 5% of proceeds will be donated to local nonprofit gender bands. And we have Maven now up against Trinity. Maven jamming for the Mile High Club. Trinity for Axles of Annihilation. Maven picks up lead jammer status. Living on a prayer here. Maven lead jammer, 4 points already on the board for the Mile High Club. Going to call it off. After picking up 1 more point. Unofficial final, 228-57. That is the end of our first bout. If you want to come out to the line and get some high fives, we'll have our skaters come out and skate through. Congratulations to the Mile High Club. Well played, Axles of Annihilation. Thank you both teams to opening up the Jello Bowl for us. We want to thank our officials who helped with that. We had Kira Duncan, All in Your Grill, Margie Ram, Guinness, Darth Bling, David Mistress, Adam Splitter, and Toe Cutter. Thank you, referees, and all the officials who made this happen. Way to go. We are excited to have the first game done in the Jello Bowl. Stick around as the next game will be the host team, Happy Valley Derby Dodgers, going up against Jet City, and that game will start at 1 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for who made this happen. Check out all of our great vendors. We want to thank our sponsors, and we'll be getting started here at 1 p.m.